right. So, what's up, summoners? King Blair here. Sorry that I didn't say anything for a little bit. So today we are doing the second day of the King's Cup. We are doing the King's Cup final squad strikes. Let me pull up the bracket. I am running a little bit late today and a little bit slow, but we will get this tournament on the road in the final. These players are playing for a grand prize of $220 now, I believe. So quite a lot of money. So it's gonna be pretty nice, and hopefully the winning team is excited, and all the teams are excited for this for the day too. And everyone who didn't make it this far, but hopefully they had a good experience with the tournament. And all YouTube viewers as well, thank you so much for the support and for watching the tournament and for getting this stuff hyped and being here for everything. But with that, let's show you guys where we are with the brackets. So we are here right now. We have the winner side, which is Abandoned by Muffin, which is a team comprised of all abandoned players. The second one is going to be 15% is a lie. 15% is a lie is a really good team. It's a team of people that didn't know each other before entering the tournament, and they're doing really good. So I'm really surprised with them. They've done a lot of big upsets, including Keep the Germans Awake, and I see Hufer there is very sad about that one. Then we also have the Goats, who got upset but are still in it and going against Team Sinfamily, who almost upset the big abandoned player group. And we also have the meme team and Bryceria Sucks. We will be starting on the loser bracket side, starting here with the meme teams versus Bryceria Sucks. And all those players know that they are going up soon, so hopefully they'll be there once I make the room. They'll be ready, and they'll be right there and ready to play. So with that, let me get the room started so they can start joining in, everyone that's participating. And yesterday we had a lot of really hype fights, and it was a really good time. So hopefully today is also going to be as exciting, as cool, as intense as it was yesterday, and we get to see some amazing stuff. Alright, but let's see it. Let's put the password. The password will be the same one as yesterday. It's just 1111. But let me... I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't let me do the dashes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see. It didn't make the room. Let's get this on the road. Let me try to get this started. Alright, there we go. This time it made the room. Last time it was just kind of lagging a little bit. And we are going to use the background of last season's Season 1 RTA. I actually really like Season 1 RTA's background. It's one of my favorites. Alright, but let me let them know which one it is for the tournament chat so people know what it is. Alright, there we go. So we'll wait for the players to start trickling in, and then we'll get it started, and it'll be exciting stuff, right? We do have a couple people that were not able to make it for some of the teams that already told me, and they were able to find replacements for them. So if they end up winning, we will see how we're gonna do the replacement and the pricing and all that good stuff. But it shouldn't be anything too bad, and we're seeing the teams already showing up. We see Team Meme Team, we see Bue, we see Sachi, and we are missing B3 from the other one. We also do see Crazen. He's from the 15%. So that one will be fun. That will be some good stuff. All right, but let's see these people. Man, I'm excited for this one. I think we're only gonna be missing the one person. One of them was a viewer from yesterday, so hopefully that they know that they should be going up soon. We have the full team there for one of them. For the other team, we're still waiting on one. Yeah, we're still waiting on one on the other team. And Jack is also missing. Oh, Jack is here, yeah. This team is only missing one. But besides that, I think we got everyone. So we should be able to be starting soon. So let's get it. Oh, I'm excited. We'll give them a little bit longer. We'll give them 2 more minutes to try to trickle in a little bit more for the last two, for Crazen's team and Jack Alter's team. If they can't find it, I'll let one of them go twice, since the other person was someone from the viewers that was able to join yesterday. So I will let them go twice if it comes down to that. But we'll give them 2 more minutes. But are y'all hyped for this good stuff? Are y'all ready for the last day, for the finals, the finale? Oh, there he is. All right, so we got everyone out. All right, we're ready. We're ready to start this off with the meme team versus Bryceria sucks. So if each of the teams will send me their team ban and who they want to send first. If they don't send me one, I will assume one of the bans that they pick first will be it. And let me set that up to be 2 right now. And yeah, should be some good stuff. So let's start with that team. Let's start with, and let's show you guys the bracket so you guys can see where we are. So again, we have the meme team versus Bryceria sucks. And I will let them message me. If not, I will be picking. So we already got one. Okay, so I got one ban from one side. Okay, and from the other side, from the meme team, they have not sent me anything yet. Yeah, I saw the ban from the other side. Okay, and Boo hasn't told me who's going first, and then we'll see who it is. I got the ban for one of them. Yeah, you can change the team ban. Team bans can be changed every time. So you guys can change it every time you go against a team, right? Every team match you get to do it. Oh yeah, let me explain the rules real quick. So in case you forgot, for this tournament, Carrot is going to be banned. That's the one that they decided they did not want to go against it. And yeah, they didn't want to go against Carrot. So she's perma-banned. Each team gets a team ban and then a flex ban, right? And the team ban has to stay the same for that match. And for this one, I already know who's going for each of these. And let me get the 2 in here. I did not find for this one, but I know what their pre-bans are for each of them. So let's get it started. Let's do it. Let's get the show on the road. And can y'all hear the music okay? I always have to check to make sure everything's okay. Right? Is sound okay? Music okay? Y'all can hear the music, not too loud, not too overwhelming. Alright, let's see what they start with. I already know what each of the bans is, and we're gonna see some bans that we've been seeing a lot through the past couple of days. We've seen a lot of DPSs being banned. People don't seem to want to ban the supports. They tend to try to go for the DPSs themselves. So as you see here, for the left team, Krazen's team, they decided to ban Landy as their team ban. So Landy will be banned for this 3 rounds if it goes to 3 rounds. And on the right, they decided to ban Arbiter Vildred. So let's see what Boo is able to come out with for this one. So we do see the FCC pick on the left, and we see the Seaside and F10, very water heavy picks here. And left side looking really strong with the General Purges as well as the Fallen Cecilia. Man, that's a really bulky team. And and General Purges being really good against Seaside and against F10 since he's able to get a lot of pushing up. And we also do see the LQC trying to take away that pick from Bue, so he's not able to get the LQC against the Fallen Cecilia. And we see Bue committing to almost full water and switching to a cleave. So picks the Cerise and the Challenger Dami. I have not seen him cleave at all this tournament, so this is going to be really, really interesting. So this is going to get pretty spicy, actually. Man. Let's see what he decides to do, because right now, he can ban the Fallen Cecilia and the F10 takes turn 1 away. The Cerise restricts down the... Oh, let me take off my camera so y'all can actually see what the bans are and the picks are and all that good stuff. So let's see what the other ones are. We see the A Tywin, man, the left side, oh man, and the speed contester with the A Kali. Wow, full cleave versus a very bulky team. I imagine you have to ban the Fallen Cecilia or you have to ban the A Kali, which is the speed contester. The only problem is if you ban the A Kali, the F10 is not going to be able to do anything against the Fallen Cecilia, which could be a problem. And on Bua's side, I imagine he's either going to ban either the Cerise or the Oxlots. The Oxlots would be a really good choice here, so he can't push up the C side in case he does decide to ban the FCC. He does ban the A Kali. He does not want to get outsped. But he does get to keep the Cerise, which means that he will be able to take off the buffs and apply the Restrict, and then be able to set up with the F10A, as well as having the Oxlots there too. I don't know if Bua has enough damage. This C-side's gonna have to be doing a lot of work to try to get all this in motion. We do see the initial S3, and does it hit Restrict? It does not hit Restrict on Fallen Cecilia, which means this Fallen Cecilia can provoke either the Oxlots or someone else. Decides to go for the S3 and deny some damage. Man, on Bua's side, I almost feel like he should S2 the Fairy Tale Tenebria. Just so, because the Seaside's not going to do any damage regardless. Decides to Soulburn instead. Pretty good choice as well. Makes it so that way he can get a couple silence. Only gets it on the G perk, but he will be able to push the Seaside. Although I really think he needs to push up this F10A. Does push up the F10A. Let's see the damage on it. This looks like it's going to be a cleave F10A as well. Man, I have not seen a cleave F10A in a while. Cleave Seaside and cleave F10A. That's really good damage coming on that side. And we're going to see this cleave Seaside as well. If this hits some decreased defenses, it's going to be beautiful. It does hit decreased defense on the A-Tai win. Really solid damage. But this Seaside is going down. I don't know if he has the damage to finish off the rest of the team. The Seaside not getting to S3 there is going to be kind of rough for him. Man, I don't think he's going to be able to. Yeah, he can't break past a lot of these barriers. And the fact that the Fairy Tale Tenebria is provoked down means he doesn't get to pick who he goes on. That is going to be a wrap. Just not enough push from that Seaside to be able to take out the enemy. It was close. It was close. But, man. Not having the units be fast enough to take the S3, he was able to kill with the LQC since the LQC was able to push up. Made it rough. Made it rough because of the General Purgus. General Purgus allowing his team to go up. Not bad. Not a bad start. So, right now, the left team, Brasseria Sucks, gets the first win. And let's see who they decide to send in next. So that one was pretty spicy. Let's see on the other side if they decide to send in. Who do they decide to send in for Itch? I imagine left side will set. Oh, Jack is going next on left. And on right, they haven't told me who wants to go next on them. So I am going to imagine that it is going to be either probably Sachi's my guess. In case Ludrias goes. Sachix. Okay, so it is Sachix versus Jack Alter. Let's see if Brasseria Sucks is able to pull in the rest of the match. I think the SSB being in the front was also a mistake because he should have put the Cerise in the front and let the Cerise eat a lot of the damage. That would have been a better play for the Seaside. The Seaside might have actually been able to survive if that had been the case. If the Seaside had been in the back with the Cerise in the front that gets invincibility, he might have actually been able to keep his Seaside alive just enough to be able to come in and win. And hey, what's up, boing boing? But all right, let's see this one. Let's see what they can do. This music is like not really hyped up. Oh, he wants first pick. Okay, so that's one thing that if it's loser team does get to pick if they want first pick or second pick. That's something I didn't mention yesterday, but it's something that you're welcome to use if you want. If you don't tell me anything, I will assume you want random. But if you do want to ask for it, you can ask to get first pick if your team lost, of course. If your team won, you will not get that opportunity. So let's see it. And again, just a reminder, Carrot is wideband and other ones. I did not mention that yesterday, yeah. So it's tough. I think I did mention it, but not too deep. But yeah, it's something you can do for losers just to do it. All right, let's see it. Let's see what they're able to do this time. Let's see if Sachi's able to keep his team alive. Right now, if Jack Alter is able to pull through, he will be getting the victory. And left side has Landy Band, right side is Arbiter Vildred, and they must keep those bands. All right, so on left side, we need to restart the match. Don't pick one Sachi's because they mentioned it was Landy. So on left side, we have to see a Landy ban. So don't pick on right side, Sachi. Left has to be Landy ban, because that's a team ban. Yeah, so they need a Landy ban on the left. People forget, it's not bad, but the carrot was mentioned. I mentioned the getting first pick. He couldn't find Landy, it's okay. I had a feeling you timed out, it's no big deal. It happens, it's happened like several times this tournament, but I'm just happy that we're still able to do some good stuff. Alright, trial 2, let's see the Landy ban on the left, and let's see the other one on the right. Let's the Arbiter Vildred. But yeah, sometimes it's so hard with double ban because if you misclick the unit and you forget what unit you clicked, You have to go back to that specific unit and ban it again. It kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal because it only happens like in mock rooms, so it's always something that's easy to fix. Alright, hopefully this time they found their units. Alright, we see, okay. Rin's a weird ban, but that is a weird ban. But hey, maybe he hates Rin, you know? You gotta appreciate it. I imagine he timed out this time, but we're gonna roll with it. Rin is banned. We see the last rider Crawl into the Crawl. Kind of a weird option there since Crawl has such a good matchup against last rider Crawl. It's usually a really easy match for them. Since if you do the last rider Crawl, it lets the Crawl horse you right away. And we do see the mate Chloe as well. Really strong team on the right. If he had a Carrot right here, if Carrot was not global banned, man, that would be tough. But we do see the Bazaar, which is a really good option. Again, really good into last rider Crawl, really good into Stene. Puts a lot of pressure on the enemy to try to avoid the Bazaar. Jenna Perk is a good answer into it. Really good since it does allow you to deny a little bit of the pushback and also just gives you attack buff for your Stene. So really good option here for him. Right side still needs to pick its DPSs. Right now he only has the Crawl and the Maid, but he needs the 2 big DPSs to pair off with. We do see the Stene ban. A Sid should be able to kill the Bazaar since it's a level 50 Bazaar. But we do have the Maid as well that is able to revive. But that will take away the turn 1 priority. We see the C set into last rider Crawl. Jack Alter could pick Rowana here. He could pick the Rowana and just completely block out the right side. And just forget about the C side. Since he does have the last rider Crawl, he can grab the Rowana there. LQC, not a terrible option, although it does not have any reach for the Spectre Tenebria. So let's see what he can do on this one. I don't know about the LQC. There's no really darks unless he leaves the A Sid in there and accepts that his Bazaar is dying. Right, that's another option. And then I imagine left side probably bans the Maid Chloe. Like looking at this, he could pick Rowana, shut out the C side pick, and potentially just ban the Bazaar or the Maid Chloe. Yep, and that's what we are going to see. He does already have his 2 DPSs and has attack buff for both. I imagine he probably bans either the Bazaar or the ban the Maid Chloe would make it so if he doesn't ban a Sid, it's rough. And we do see the Bazaar ban instead, calling out the potential a Sid ban. This does mean that this last rider Crawl and that this Rowana are going to be protecting this Stene. Most likely this Stene is going to eat this team alive. But we know, especially because the last rider Crawl immunity is going to make it so Seaside can't even put the S3s on them. But he does have the Maid Chloe and he does have the LQC. It's just going to be a really hard thing to get past. But this is tough. This is way too tough with the pre-ban there. Good call out by Jock Alter to think that he was going to ban the Assassin Sid. That was a really good call out on Jock Alter's side. Spectre Tenebria, he does have reach for her, but this Seaside is not going to be touching them anytime soon. We're going to see this last rider Crawl take a couple of turns before that happens. Yep, he healed completely and got a barrier. Man, he has a long way to go to try to reach. He can also choose to do an early S3 as well in order to make it so he can't pop with LQC and Crow. Because one option that Sachi has right now does not do it. This could be dangerous. Because he does have the Crow S3 as well as the LQC S3. He could go all in for Rowana. It may be his only choice. I know it would be an early Crow S3, but he needs to try to kill this Rowana as fast as possible. And the fact that he was able to do it this early, decides to go for the last rider Crow instead of the Rowana. Last rider Crow will be going down though. I would have personally gone for the Rowana just because the LQC with the Crow and the C-side should have been able to finish the job off there. But decides instead that he wants to get rid of this last rider Crow. Not using the S3 there on the Rowana, kind of a rough choice there. Very, very scary. We do still have the Stene who is going to be live, and he's going to be going super hard onto the C-side, and C-side will be going down. Will not have the attack buff here to be able to do anything. Does do the S3, and it can land on the Spectre Tenebria. If this hits the Spectre Tenebria, he could be in trouble. Especially if he's able to survive a little bit longer. Man, what a turnaround. The Spectre Tenebria might die now. Oh, that counterattack does not help either. That Spectre Tenebria is taking a lot of hate right now. Is it enough to kill? It is not enough to kill. But I don't think he kills the Seaside here. I don't think he has the damage for it. And using the S3 is useless in this scenario. It's most likely not killing here. Yeah, it does not kill. And he gets to set up S2 here as well, and the General Purgus will also not be able to kill the Seaside. This Stena is going down. LQC just so good at taking units out right off the gate. Such a good initial start. Was able to overcome the Last Rider crawl pick and with the Rowana. Man. And the Stena, I feel like soul burning in that situation was not the right play. Because it let the Seaside set up into him. Still, ooh, gets to survive. He's trying to bring it back. Oh, man. This is going to be a close one. Man. This thing is not going to go down. The Maid Chloe, he can soul burn next turn though. So if he does not kill this Maid Chloe, he still will lose. Maid Chloe being so strong in this situation. Because if he does not kill this Maid Chloe, he does lose the match. He has to be able to kill the Maid Chloe as fast as possible. And it is Water's Origin because Sachi can just do an S2 and revive everyone back. Soulburn S2, get the Maid Chloe revive back, bring everyone back. And that is what he's going to be doing. Man. Almost came back from that one. But they made Chloe Water's Origin and bulky as well. Really good option. I think he may have enough damage with the General Purgus though. He has to kill the Seaside here. If this does not kill the Seaside, he will lose the match. Does not kill! Oh, that's the match right there. Man. The LQC is gonna heal basically back to full after this. Oh, and then heal as much as I thought she would. Dude, this is so... I keep thinking it's over, but it's never over. I don't think the Crow has S3 back up. Yeah, he doesn't. Oof. It is a very tanky Stena. Yeah, Stena at this point can just eat it alive. I don't think this LQC survives long enough either. Yeah, and the G-Perk's not going down anytime soon. He doesn't have any AoE either to reach. He does have Crawl S3 though. So he can get rid of the General Purgus. Although it's way too tanky. It's at 29k HP, so he can't really kill it actually. Man, he can't get rid of the General Purgus. He has to try to get rid of the Rowana instead. Yeah. Yep. There's the kill on the Rowana. He does not have souls yet for Stena, but I think he has to do S3 here. Yeah, he has to S3 here. This should kill. Yep, it does end up killing. And now it's just gonna be going on maid. And the Stena is gonna get attack buff and be able to S3 back up. Close match. Way closer than I thought it would be. And he needs to survive one more turn, and I don't think he gets to survive that one turn. If he dies here, he loses. Oof. Man, he's gonna get to bring everyone back. Unless this kills. Oh, that sucks. Oh, it doesn't kill. Let's see. He has S3. He can bring S3 back up. This Maid Chloe is working overtime, man. She's trying. She's holding on as much as possible. Oh my god. I don't think LQC has S3 though. No, she has one more turn for S3. Dude, this general. What the heck? What's this general prig? Does he have that artifact? Oh, the general. This is such a bulky general Purgus. My goodness. Yeah, the Stennis solos this. Wow. Not killing the Rowana early game, I think, is what killed him. Had he killed the Rowana instead of going for the last Rider Crawl, he would have probably won the game. Yeah, that was tough. I don't think the last Rider Crawl kill was the right play. Because last Rider Crawl, it doesn't do much there. Right? Like, killing the Rowana takes away the S3. But killing the last Rider Crawl does nothing for your team. You would have survived just as long. But now, then he kept all the sustain that he had. This SSV could have eaten this alive. But he opted to instead go for the last Rider Crawl. Man, that's tough. That's tough, but that does mean that Jack Alter gets to win the fight. Very close from Sachi's team. Almost brought it back, but that does mean that the meme team will be out. Bryceria Sucks will be moving forward to the end. Really, really good. Man, it was a lot closer than I thought it would be. I thought the last Rider Crawl and the Rowana would be more than enough. But the LQC single target damage, along with the Crawl setting up from the last Rider Crawl, was almost enough. But, and yeah, I'm glad you recognize where it's from. But right now, we will have the GOATs versus Team Simp for Millie. They should be all there, hopefully. So let's see if they are there. But very intense, very good, very close match there from the other team. So, okay, let's see who we have. So we should have Team Simp for Mort versus the boys. And I believe ours, we might have to move to the other team because I'm not sure if ours is back or not. So we will, let me check to make sure that all the members are there. And we will see. So ours is here. So we're missing Scavenge and Cheek. So let's try to get them in here. That was very close. But I think not going for the Rowana was a huge misplay on that last match. Man, he was so close. That's the thing. I really thought he could get it. I really thought Sachi was going to get it and we're going to see a game 3. But he was denied and taken down. But, alright, let's see on the other side. So we are waiting on... Millie's here, but the other two are still coming on. If not, let's start getting... Oh, he's here. Okay, perfect. So, Chica's here. No. You're not up again. It's going to be one of these two, but I don't know who... I'm going to put myself in there while you wait. But you guys will be up later. So, right now... Bryceria Sucks is going to lose her Spinal. And we're seeing the GOATs versus Team Simp for Millie. And let me see who each is sending. Alright. Awesome, awesome. And then I just need Team Simp for Millie to tell me who is going first on their team. I imagine they're going to keep it the same as last time. And for the GOATs, they do have to get they got a replacement for one of the members. One of the members ended up having an emergency and had to switch out, but they were able to find someone who was of equal caliber and has the exact same playstyle. So they're keeping the same. It is going to be another cleaver, but they lost K-Kite, sadly. All right, so let's see who they're going first on the other side. If they don't tell me anything, I will assume that it is the same as it's always been, although we are still missing Small Cabbage. So let's oh, there she is. Okay, I imagine they will keep it the same. And I already know who's going on the left side, and I imagine I know who's going on the right side. Tell me if it's not the case for the right side before I put the left. I'll give them 30 seconds, or if not, we will commit to this one. Let's see. All right. So they have not told me if they wanted to change it, but yes, it is going to be ours going in against small cabbage. And I imagine the bans will be the same as they were from previous times. And Tav, let me know if you can find out replacement would be better than having someone else. Than going twice. Just to try to keep it consistent. Trying to get someone else would be better. Would be ideal. Replacements would be better. No, I saw the ban, TC. I saw the ban on your side. I saw that one. I was talking about the sim for melee. So we're just waiting for them to click ready, and let's get this show on the road. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. I know the left side ban. I imagine to know what the right side ban is for this one. They might switch it. So there's that. Man, this one is... all the people on both sides know each other very well. And right side is keeping that Stene ban, right? So they are keeping up the Stene ban. And the left side chose Fallen Cecilia as their team ban. So on left side, Fallen Cecilia is the team ban. On the right side, it is going to be Spectre Tenebria for the rest of this team fight. And of course, Carrot is going to be banned overall the whole time. So it's tough. But alright, let's see what we can do. We know that Ours is a big cleaver, and we know Cabbage is a big tanker, right? So if Cabbage is able to withstand the full cleave, he will most likely win. If he is unable to withstand the full cleave, then he will most likely lose, right? Or she will most likely lose. So it's gonna come down to, can Cabbage tank this out? And we do see the Flan coming out. Flan becoming a kind of a core pick for a lot of cleave teams. So something really cool on the cleave team side. Carrot is banned because we wanted to do one global ban, and most of the players, like, we asked in a survey for the players what they wanted to post ban, and they chose Carrot. So that's why Carrot is globally banned. We do see the A Sid for speed contesting coming on Cabbage's side. Not as many tanks as normal either. Only the Crow is in there. We don't know how fast this Assassin Sid could really be. It could be really, really scary on the right side. Man, not knowing the A Sid speed is something that is often very, very hard to deal with. And we do see the General Purgus as well. Man, trying to make sure that A Sid is gonna take its turn. And of course the Watcher Shuri for the speed imprint and the Cerise. I wonder if Ours trusts his speed enough to leave the A Sid in, or if he'll ban the General Purgus, or you leave the Cerise for the General Purgus. It really comes down to the banning phase for Ours. For Cabbage's side, she still needs a little bit more tank to try to bulk up against the enemy here. Does pick the Kayron. It could be bad if the Cerise misses the strip on the Kayron. Usually, if the strip does not happen, Kayron can easily solo this team, assuming the Cerise is banned. And if the Cerise is banned overall, the Kayron's it's uncontested. That might be the ban for Cabbage will be the Cerise, and hope that the Kayron has the damage to solo this team. Although the Watcher Shuri does have the strip on the S2. And we do see the Cerise ban and the A Seed on the right. If the Kayron is able to sweep this team, it actually really could. Wow, we might actually see a perfect anti-cleave on this one. This goes for the S2 on the Arbiter Vildred. This will do a lot of damage. Most likely the Crow is going to be dying here. Yeah, this Crow is not going to live for too long. But the Rylet did not go down. So I don't know how he's going to get rid of the Rylet here. If he has to try to one-shot the... One-shots the Crow to get the extra turn. Nice opportunity there. But this Rylet's not dead yet. The General Purgus does not die either. Oh no, this is not looking good for Ours. Kayron gets an attack buff already. Rylet is still completely up as well. He could choose to get rid of the RB here, and then Ours does not have a way to come back from this. Man. I think that's going to be the game. I don't think you can come back from this one. You have to kill the Rylet. If the Arbiter Vildred on the run back does not kill the Rylet, it's over. Can do the S3 here to try to get some damage on the board. Leaving the Arbiter Vildred stunned too, so he can't come back and kill the rest of the team. Oh, no strip on this side. He's gonna just go yeah, she's gonna go on the flan. And this flan's gonna go down. Yep. And this RV versus Kayron, we all know how this matchup ends. Wow. Wow. But not killing the RV with the S3 was a bad play though. I just realized that now. Because he didn't kill the Arbiter Vildred, the Kayron doesn't get to keep immortality. But it doesn't matter because... Oh! Is this enough to kill through a miss? It's not! Oh my goodness, GG. Wow. That was a big misplay though. Not killing the RB was a huge misplay. But it did not matter. The Rylet did its job. The Rylet dodged every single time against left side. Man. One of the reasons why Rylet is such a good unit for anti-cleaving. Yeah, for the last one it was going to be a miss for sure. But the one when the RB revived and he had the decreased defense, I don't think he ever hit the Rylet that game. Like the full game, he never hit the Rylet. So, that was rough. Yeah, and it's Chica next. And on left side, you get to send out who you want to go against Chica. On left side. Alright, let's see it. Alright, so it's going to be Izanagi on the left. So we're going to put Izanagi on the left against Chica. And Izanagi does get to pick if he wants first pick or second pick. Since he did lose for this match, he can choose if he wants first pick or second pick. But yeah, that Rylet never got hit that match for any of the hits. He didn't get hit by the 2 Arbiter Vildred S3s. Didn't get hit by the Arbiter Vildred S1. So he dodged 4 times, which is not bad. And Izanagi does want the first pick for this one. So let's see it. If Chica wins this one, Chica will be taking it forward to the next round. So let's get it. And let me start getting the next people ready so they know that they are ready. To be ready. Alright, but let's see what left side can do if they're able to do it. And Fawn Cecilia is going to be their team ban. On right side, it is going to be Stene. And we do see the Respect Rylet ban on the left side. Since we do know that Chica has a pretty nasty Rylet, and we see the RB steals since we have seen Chica use RB first pick every time this match so far. So pretty good choices from Izanagi's side. All right. We do see that Craw just honestly just dominating this match. And it's double Craw this time as well. Man, this is looking mad spicy. And we see the Landy Cerise. Again, we're seeing another cleaver. And we see the Assassin sit on the right. Is he just going to get absolutely shut out by counter cleaving? This could be really bad for right side. And now we also do see here the... Alright, so let me see again. Sorry, I was making sure everyone was there. But on the left side, we do see the full cleave with the RV Cerise, Landy, Flan. Again, such a good cleave unit. And we see the Ilna, Chica is picking Ilna every time. We see the Ace Sid and the double Craw. Very, Very good anti-cleave team so far. If he solidifies this, it's really good. The T-Siren into a cleave, not always the best option, especially Landy. This, I imagine, means that he will be banning this Landy. Because Landy into this team is really, really strong. So banning the Landy in this matchup, probably the best option. Decides to go for the Cerise instead. This could be a problem, because Landy will get to do a double S3. This could be really bad. We're going to see a double Landy S3. Since the T-Siren, he gets the barriers as well as the T-Siren passive. This might be a clean sweep from Izanagi's side. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful cleave. Not banning the Landy, that's tough. The Landy was the whole team. If he had been the Landy, this would have been a different game. But leaving the Landy in, that is rough. And the Arbiter Builder being able to come back after this, it's not going to be able to do anything. The Elna finally deciding to show up and do a couple of attacks. But man, the Elnaf is gonna die to the Elnaf can't kill the RB twice. That's the problem. The Arbiter Builder, one more S3 and he would have won. Y'all see, this game would have been so different without the Landy. He would have lost so much damage on that side. And this should be a clean RB sweep. Yep, Soulburn just for good measure. And finish off the cleave. Yeah, I mean, Chica had the perfect anti-cleave draft. The only thing he needed to hit was that Landy because he had that T-Siren, but he opted not to. And I think that was a mistake on his part. Oof, that's tough. So now that means we are going to the finals, where we are going to be seeing a really interesting match. I'm actually personally really excited for this one. Oh, I'm excited for this one. This is going to be one of my favorite matches of the tournament. I've been wanting to see these two go against each other for the longest time. Millie will get to choose if she wants first pick or not, or if she wants random. So it is Millie's choice since her team did lose. If she doesn't care, I will start it. So I will give her 30 seconds before I click the ready button. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, I'm so excited for this one. I'm too excited for this one. All right. 5, 4... Honestly, I don't think she's going to want first pick or not. So let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, man. Whoever wins this one, their team gets to stay. Whoever loses it, their team does not get to stay. So it's a big game. It's a very big game. And we know that the Fallen Cecilia is banned on the left. And on the right, we know it is a Spectre Tenebria. So those bans have to remain for this match as well. Oh, this is exciting. It comes to this. It comes to this. Oh, man. If y'all don't know, they are both very active members of the Discord. So I have seen them a lot for a very long time. And they always get in under each other's skin. So this is a very big grudge match. It's a very exciting match. Ooh. Alright, we do see the Maid Chloe getting picked up on the right. Very good early first pick on the right there. Really solid way to steal away the pick from TC, as well as give herself one of the more stronger units to put on the map. We see the Arbiter Villager getting picked very early as well on left side. They're going for each other's units, and we see an early Emo Haste pick to deny the pick as well, and really good into the Maid Chloe as well. Really solid option there. We don't see Emo Haze that often into Maid Chloe, which is a surprise to me, but really solid picks on TC side so far, and as well for Millie for taking away the Maid Chloe. She does pick the Craw, very standard team core right here. Maid Chloe and Craw, probably the most cookie cutter combos that you are going to be seeing in a very long time. No Carrot either though, so Carrot is off the board due to the global ban that was placed for this tournament. But yeah, Millie either needs to have a way to strip or get turns away. So we'll see how she decides to deal with the Arbiter Villager and the Maid. Picks double Craw team. Really solid. Again, double Craw and Maid Chloe. Lots of sustain, lots of barriers, lots of good stuff. And we see the Rylot F Chloe combo coming out. The only thing is unless it's a speed Rylot, the Maid Chloe will be able to cleanse it. So it makes me wonder if TC will be banning the Maid Chloe or the Crow. Crow being a really good matchup here. We do see the Seaside Bellona. Man, Millie's team looks dummy tanky. She needs one more DPS to round out her draft. And we do see the Tempest Surin coming out. A little bit weird, but it is good for the Memo Haste to stop the barriers, right? So I do wonder what the bans are going to be. Both sides have a lot of units that are really good bans in this situation. On TC's side, banning the Maid Chloe takes away the cleansing and takes away the attack buff. But it also does mean that his Memo Haste is not going to be doing that much. And it also means that the Craw gets to stay and potentially kill the Rylot. If he bans the Craw, then the Rylot is safe, but that means his team's going to get full attack buff. And if Millie bans the Memo Haste, the Maid Chloe gets to be unchecked. This is going to come down to what the people ban. I honestly think this could end in whatever is picked. Whatever the bans are, that is going to be and decide who is going to win this match. Bans the Seaside Bellona, and we see the RB ban. So leaving the Craw that will potentially kill this Rylot, and leaving the Memo Haze that can lock down this Maid Chloe. Both are bans that I did not expect. So on my end, I don't know about these bans, but this is interesting. I did not expect either of those bans on either of the sides. I really did think the Craw was going to be the ban on left side. Because if you ban the Crow, then the Rylot gets to roam free, right? There's no threats to your Crow. So, ooh, that is tough. No provoke onto the T-Surin. That means he will have to eat this S3. Curious why he didn't go for the last Rider Crow if he could have pushed up with the Troublemaker Crossette there. Does he opt to use the S3 early or hold on to it and potentially cleanse for later? He is going to time out here. TC is going to end up timing out here. But not the worst case. He does get a lot of really good buffs on his Rylot. The only problem now is if the T-Surin actually does hit this Rylot, there is zero way that TC can deal with anything. Goes for S1. Good choice since he already had the Moonlight Dreamblade. Didn't need to get the attack buff. And the Maid Chloe is just probably going to heal most of it off. Man. And we see the Gab on Millie's side. If this hits the Rylot, this game is over. Does not hit the Rylot, so he does get to be safe for a turn. And Emil Hayes gets to keep the barrier. Emil Hayes is going to be dunking really soon and cleansing a lot. But that Gab being really, really good. And the Crow is going to be back to full health. TC has to get past a bunch of this damage. Millie holding on to the Maid Chloe S3 to not give the revive. Emil Hayes is going to be dunking here and doing a significant amount of damage. Starting to go on the Maid Chloe. Very squishy Maid Chloe. And we do see the dual attack as well. This Maid Chloe is going down. This Maid Chloe will not see the next turn. Falconeer Chloe as well, giving really good sustain. Has to S3 to get rid of the Maid Chloe though. Can't risk not killing with the S1. Yep, goes for the S3. The problem now for TC's side is going to be the Crow, because the Crow can easily kill this Rylot when it gets later in the game. So he has to kill the last Rider Crow as soon as possible before he loses his Crow. Getting really good dual attacks here as well. No Gab on this side this time for the Tempest Surin. Going for the Emil Hayes here, kind of an interesting choice, in my opinion. Because the Emil Hayes already did the dunk, right? There's no more revives on Millie's side, so it's a little strange that she's not going for something else. Maybe because of, and it doesn't seem like it's on Stella Harpa either. I'm not sure what the artifact is. I would have imagined an Idol's Cheer on the Emil Hayes and have the Rylot getting a ton of turns. And it's a high AFRES Cross, so the Cross doing its job very well. Slowly but surely chipping it down. We do see the Gap. Did she get it with S3? Did she not get it with S3? But that is going to be enough for the Emil Haste. TC does have the souls to lock down the Craw as well. We'll have to save this soul burn and grab the Craw later on in the fight. Can opt to soul burn here and kill the Craw, which would be his best option at this time. Soul burn and grab the Craw would be a really good option here. Decides to save for a little bit longer and decides to go for an S1 instead. Millie does have S3 here though. I think he should have tried to go for the Craw when he had the chance, because the Tempest can do the S3 here, and it gets really dangerous because he can force trigger the Rylet with this S3 and make it so it goes on Craw. Decides not to do it. Again, a really weird option from both players, but does end up provoking the Falconeer Clary, although Falconeer Clary should easily be able to lap this. Really strange options from both sides. I would have done the S3 and forced the S3 on the Rylet, so that way I could horse with the Craw as soon as possible. Will he do the S3 this time, or will he opt to save it? Decides to go for the S3 this time, a little bit later down the road, but it's a good time in case that she decides to do S3 with the Last Rider Craw. It will trigger this Rylet's S3, and he will be fine. Millie probably has to wait for a gap now with the T-Surin. Decides not to wait. Wow, I am surprised about that one. I would have personally waited. And it does go on the Tempest-Surin. This is the best case scenario for Millie here. Best case scenario because the Tempest-Surin will just cleanse this debuff and he does not have any reach for it. It is going to come down to a Rylet Craw situation. Or a Rylet and T-Surin fight. Millie should have access to S3 here. Decides to soul burn it. A little bit weird, but not necessary. Most likely the F-Clear is going to go down to this. Barely survives. Oh, hanging on by death's door. Millie has to go on the Rylet here. Or try to kill the T-Crossette. But needs to start getting some damage on this Rylet. Ends up missing, but does get the dual attack, which does do a significant amount of damage. We are going to see the push-up. Does he push up the Falconeer Clary to try to heal a little bit more and get cycling? Decides to go for the Rylet. Man, and the Tempest-Surin has one more turn before S3. I think TC is going to take this game. Yep, TC will be taking this game. Man, that was close. That was close. Wow. But TC gets the win in a very close match. Millie should have done the S3 earlier in the fight to try to get the Craw and horse the Rylet as soon as possible. And TC should have tried to get rid of that Craw as soon as possible as well. So misplays on both ends, but at the end, TC came out on top. His Rylet definitely needs to give him a pat on the back because that Rylet pulled through to the end. Man, what a match. But the GOATs will be moving on. And we will be taking a break from the winner's bracket so to give him a little short break. And we'll be going back to the winner's bracket in the finals of winner's side, where we will see who will be going down to play here for the loser's finals. So let's go back here. We'll be going against 15% is a Lie and Abandoned by Muffin, which is going to be the other team. We have Ratatas, Powdle, and Artaf's team is not here quite just yet. But I hope he gets all of them in here. So we will have those two teams going up next. On the other team, we are missing... Let me check who they're missing, and I can also message them. They're missing Hadrian. So hopefully Hadrian is able to come in and join for this last part. If not, we will have to... Hadrian get... Yeah, we need Hadrian in there. But I believe he'll be coming on his way. Okay, he's there. I just don't reckon... Oh, there he is. All right, I see it. That's a fat bet. Bet. So now let's get the rest of the team. So now we have Art Taft's team. Let me know what the ban is going to be and who the first person going in is going to be. And the other one, let me know who the first one is and who the other one is. And okay, Okay. Let's see here. Let's see who wants to go first for this one. All right. So we will get Ratatosk to go first on this side, and TC on the other side has to tell me first. And I already know the ban for this side as well. And for the abandoned side, they still need to tell me who's going first and who their ban will be, unless he already told me. Let me double check. Okay. They have not told me who it is. And while we wait for abandoned team to tell me who's going to be going on their side, if you're enjoying the tournament and have enjoyed the tournament throughout this couple of days, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Also consider becoming a member. That's how I personally get the funds. Big shout out to Hufer and to Chica, who was the person that played before Christina, who was there to be able to fund this tournament and get us the prize money for this tournament. So big shout out to them. If you want to participate in the future in tournaments like this one, the next one will most likely not be a team tournament, but if you want to participate for the next one, make sure you join the Discord. The link should be attached to this video, as well as every video that I post, as well as the streams, and that's where I put it in first. So with that, let's get right into it. And Narmo will be going first against Ratatosk. Let's see it. Let's get it. Lord Narmo versus Ratatosk. And I do know what each of their pre-bans is on both sides for their team bans. Let's get it. This is the winner's final side. We should be seeing some really cool, interesting bans on this one. And the right side team, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, they have really surprised me this tournament. They have won against some really hard opponents, have clutched some amazing wins, and it's just has been a really good experience overall for them. I'm really happy that they were able to make it this far. So very good. And they were a team that did not have a team before, right? They were assigned the team because they did not enter with the team. And we do see the bans. The team ban is going to be Maid Chloe on the left. So Lord Narmo's team is banning Maid Chloe. On the right, Bazaar is going to be the ban. So that is both team bans, and they decided their flex bans would be Landy and Arby. Again, we've seen this a lot. We see Arby ban a lot, we see Landy ban a lot, we see Stana ban a lot. People don't like dealing with the DPSs. They will often ban these out. So it's really exciting stuff. Yeah, the Elnuff, yeah, it was out before the Elnuff one. But we do see that Croft first pick. Again, such a solid unit. So much pressure on the board. Hard to deal with as well. Like, how do you stop a crowd pick? We do see the Fallen Cecilia coming out, which can be good in the right situation if you set up the S3. And we do see the Stena as well. Really good option since Bazaar is banned. There's not a lot of ways to crack Fallen Cecilia right now, unless there's a Briar Witch. And there's also no Landy. So very strong power picks here with the Fallen Cecilia and the Spectre Tenebria. There's no Arbiter Builder either. Two of Spectre Tenebria's biggest counters, as well as Carrot, are all out of the match, right? Which makes Spectre Tenebria just a monstrosity of a unit here. Landy and Arby being banned off. And then, of course, the Bazaar. We do see the LQC. Really good pick into the Fallen Cecilia and the General Purgus to give him the attack buff as well as the advantage. So let's see what we've got for this next one. We do see the DN pick. Man, really bulky attack team. If you can get one more DPS in here with the DN FCC, that's going to be really hard for Aster and Ratatosk to get through. And we do see the Rylet, really good DPS here. Although this probably means that the LQC is getting banned, most likely. Kind of showing that, hey, I am letting you know that I'm banning your LQC, right? Because he does not really have that many answers to it. The Rylet, not a bad answer, kind of an even matchup. If the Rylet is able to kill the LQC before the LQC can kill him, it's not a bad matchup. But with the Fallen Cecilia and this much Dark, it is kind of important. We do see the fucking hit Clury, really good punish on Ratatosk's side. The Crow as well as fucking hit Clury both target the Rylet, making the Rylet less of a threat because you can either strip it with fucking hit Clury or you can just end up killing it with the S3 from Crow. So really good options here from right side. But he still needs a way to deal with the DN and Stanley. We also do see the Ilnoth. Man, the only thing though is, don't you just ban the LQC on left side? There's no threat. Like, there's no other damage threat. And there's no reach for Sten. I imagine the Sten is getting banned, which means that Ilnoth has a massive wall to get past. Has to get past a Fallen Cecilia, has to get past a DN, has to get past a Rylet, and has to get past whatever this fourth pick is. And we do see, oh man, the Seaside is absolutely crushing. Yeah, the LQC is getting banned on right side. That's a given. That's like a, I know that this is what's going to happen. Yep, and we do have to see, it's the exact same bans, but how do you deal with this massive, bulky water team? And Carrot is banned because that's what they decided on, the teams. I wanted to do one global ban to add an extra ban because I didn't want to do 3 bans, and I wanted to do a global ban, and most teams picked Carrot as the unit to ban. So that's the big reason. I imagine we would have seen Carrot banned in almost every single match if she wasn't global banned though. Alright, so let's see it. Falcon Nuclear will take turn 1. But not, it's going to take a really long time for him to be able to set up anything. Goes on the Rylet. Does get both debuffs, which is very good on his side. Kind of forcing him to try to S3 here. Forcing him to try to go for the S3, or he will take a lot of damage from this General Purgus. Yep, we do see the S3, which means that Aster will take a full turn 1. We are going to see the General Purgus do his S3, cleanse a lot of those. And we will also see the Ilnoth most likely do an S2 onto this Ryla to try to finish him off. Decides to go for an S3 instead of just an S2 kill. That is surprising. An S2 kill would have been my option there. And he does end up hitting, but man, is he just going to blow a very early S3 from the Crow? He has to save it for the Seaside though. And the Seaside lands some crazy good defense buff. Does not end up killing the Rylet. Yeah, this Rylet's going to get to do at least 1 hit onto this Falconeer Clary. And the Falconeer Clary does have a decreased defense. Granted, she also has an attack break. But this DN about to set up a big S3. Can also decide to do an S2 and cleanse the... Decides to go for S2 cleanse on the Provoke. Man... Not going for an S2 there to kill off the Rylet, I think might actually be Ratato's undoing. Because the Ilnoth is going to lap at this point. Has to keep trying to go for the Rylet. Does get a lot of hits though. So it's working out for him. Let's see. He has to try to kill, but even if it hits, it's not guaranteed anything. Man, and the Seaside's gonna start getting ready to just rip through this. I don't think he should waste the Craw Horse though here. He has to save that for the Seaside. The General Purgus should be able to finish off the job here on the Rylet. Really close, but very risky. Big S1 there. It actually ended up hitting as well. And he'll also get to do a big S3 here with the Seaside if he chooses to. Kind of has to for the big AoE damage. We'll get an S3 and an S2. A lot of damage coming on his way. Does miss the Falconeer Clary, which is very important. And we do see the counter. And it does not hit. So it was going to do another S2. Crawl at a perfect position to S3. And we see the Fallen Cecilia barrier. Man, that is a big Fallen Cecilia barrier. Man. I don't know if this Falconeer Clary is going to last that long. Do you keep going for the... Keep trying to go for the Seaside? Is that your only option? Yeah, it is. And even then, I don't think it's enough. This Falconeer Clary is going to take a lot of hate here, too. Oof. If he does not kill the Seaside, it's game over. Not killing that Rylet, though. That actually is going to be his own doing. That is really what's going to have what killed him. And not enough damage either. Can this Buccaneer Clear just finish it off? The dual attack is still not enough. Oh, man. He lost at 50-50 every time. But yeah, it's going to be over. I really do think not just killing that Rylid when he had the chance is going to haunt him. Because that Rylid was gone, right? With Rylid gone, all you have to do is wait for your Crawl S3 and you win the match, right? Just keep cycling for your Crawl S3. Keep trying to work on it. And then you would have won. Your General Purgus would still be alive. Yeah. Huge misplay at the very beginning as well. I don't think it was worth it. Just get rid of the Rylid as soon as possible. Get rid of so much damage. Falconeer Clary would be almost at full health. You would have had more turns to be hitting the seaside and setting up for your cross C. You could have also started hitting the FCC to take away barrier strength. Man, I think that was a really good, like a very possible game to win on right side. But the misplays just added up too much. Now let's see on the other side who we are going to be picking. All right, on the abandoned side, I'm not sure who they're picking, but I want to see who they're picking on the other one. All right, so it'll be Faudal. And on the other side, who are we gonna get? I imagine Tav is gonna want to go last, so I imagine it'll be Joni. That's my guess. Oh, it's gonna be Tav this time. Tav never likes to go first. All right, and you get to pick if you want first pick or not, Faudal. And you get to decide that. Tav never likes to go first. All right, so he will take first pick. Let's get it. Oh, my bad. I keep clicking on this. And its left side ban is... Man, I've seen way too many bans today. Left side is Maid Chloe. Right side is Bazaar. That's what it is. Sorry, took me a second to know, but we're there. But that was way too greedy, yeah. That was way too greedy. It doesn't matter. Like, the thing about it is your Ilnaf should survive the seaside. You have a General Purgus. You have Cross 2. You have fucking your Clary sustain. But just killing the Rylid was the play there. It's a little greedy. And we do see the Landy ban on left side. And then Bazaar F10. And we see at first pick Stene. He's sticking with the first pick Stene. This does leave you open to an Arbiter Vildred though. But Tav decides to play a little bit safer and go with a Bruiser. Oh man. They're playing dirty because Bazaar is banned. FCCDN, it's just so much buffs. So many buffs to try to get through. The Craw, of course, being a really good option here. Double Craw. Man, both have really strong team cores. But left side having the DN sustain is going to be something pretty hard. Honestly, DN just coming out of... Like, since the World Cup, we've seen so much DN recently. Also because of Carrot being so popular, people also brought back their DNs. So, a lot of units coming in. We see the Kisei pick. A bit interesting here. Not sure why. Maybe preemptively. And we do see the Roel pick as well. A very bulky team, a lot of supports. Something that is we're seeing a lot more nowadays, which is why Cleve has seen a resurgence. Because if you cleave a team like this, if you ban the Fallen Cecilia, right, you can just pop a team like this one. So that's one of the reasons why Cleve has started to see a resurgence recently. A Briar Witch pick would probably be the best option that he has here, but I don't know if that's something that he will have access to. Really bulky team on the left side though. DN, FCC, that's hard to get past. Seaside, not a bad pick here, since you do get a lot of AoE damage, and AoE being really good into Ruello Light. And since there's only one more ban as well, there's no Last Rider Crawl on the board, and if he picks Rowana here, that's so many supports, right? So, not bad. He could pick Rowana, and then we'll get to a Frenzy 10 match, but I don't think that's what he's going for. Picks the LQC even though there's no dark units due to the high single target damage that she has. I do wonder what the bans are going to be on each side. I imagine either an Afon Cecilia or a DPS ban on the right. So either Afon CC or one of these two. Or at the end ban as well to try to take it away. I would say Kise or FCC is the most likely ban. On left side, I think I would ban the Stene because you don't really have reach for her. Yep, and we do see the Kise ban, so he does decide to ban the damage. And we do see the SSB, the Stene ban since there was no reach on left side. But that does mean that he is going to get all the sustain from the end, all the attack buff. And that is going to be an attack buff LQC going onto this SSB. Oh, wait, I didn't even realize the ammo haste. You're right, there is a dark unit. Never mind. Thank you for letting me know that I'm blind. Yeah, there's an ammo haste there. Even then, I thought it was a good pick, even though there was no dark units. The only thing here is if you don't kill the seaside, the crowd just horses it. But he's probably going to try to kill... This ammo haste is dead, though. Ammo haste does not see the light of day. Yeah, that ammo haste is not going to see the light of day. Ammo haste is getting deleted. He's getting deleted from existence here. And by the way, this is one of the tankiest roll you will ever see in your life. So we'll see. Has to kill the ammo haste though. And he's poking it down a little bit. I imagine he tries to kill the ammo haste here. Attack buff LQC, man, that's rough. Because if he doesn't kill the ammo haste, he'll get to heal all the damage. And he'll get to horse the LQC. Which means that if the ammo haste survives, he heals, LQC dies, he's forced to S3. And then you're not in a good position, right? Decides to hold off. Smart move. Holding off is also a very viable choice. Gives you more time to ramp up. Gives you more time to poke the ammo haste down. Not a bad option, actually. But that does let Seaside get to hit you a lot more. Yeah, it's very tanky because of Landy bans and Basar bans. Usually Basar would be perfect here. Touch a Rakos on Ruel, because I saw a big heal on the AoE. That usually means touch a Rakos. Do you S3? He decides to hold off on the S3. Gets the attack buff off. Oh, that is enormously good. That is huge. That makes it so the ammo haste will be safe another turn. That is tremendously good. Wow. That's a really good situation. Can opt to S1 here. I don't think he has to S2 yet. The dual attack not really doing much in this situation since it doesn't really do that much damage and the angel's already here. If anything, it just feeds the seaside more. Man, it's gonna take a while. This game's gonna ramp up a lot. Man, that touch of Rakos. Oh my goodness. Bulking this up. This is gonna be a long match. Yeah. Make sure you sit in, strap on. It's gonna be a long match. None of these players want to lose, but it's gonna take a while. Tab is gonna be waiting for the DN to S3 again. That's what he's waiting for at this point. Provokes the seaside, but I don't know what purpose that serves. I guess so you can't S1. But there's so much barriers on left side. There is so many barriers on left side. Yeah, God King, I know, man. It's usually they've been exciting. I mean, we had one match that was all cleaves, right? But when we're this high up, I think people don't want to lose, right? So that's why they're picking all of these supports. Last Rider Cross still has quite a few turns too, because there's no AoE on left side. But yeah, Basar Landy being banned is tough. Big S3 damage, but it's just gonna get healed up by the S2 from the Ruel. Does an S2? Wow. It is a Sigurd Scythe LQC as well, which is really good in a booster team. Proccing the touch, or I don't know why he keeps proccing the touch of Rekos. I guess so it gets out of Sigurd Scythe range, but it was already out of Sigurd Scythe range at that point. Yeah, there's no way this... And the end gets S3 here, and he'll get to dunk. The game's about to be over if this dunk does as much damage as I think it does. LQC with dunk. It should kill the Zemo haste. I remember cleave tap. Those were good times, the F10 cleaves. But right here, there is no way the Zemo haste survives this, right? No way. And like, there's absolutely no way. With the soul burn and everything, it's just dead. Yep. And he can go on the crawl or the seaside here. Yep, craw's dead as well. So the game was over like this. It was gonna be one of those games. I knew the second that like we got our first big S3, the game was over. I'm pretty sure Astray S1 from Morale kills here. I don't think he should have S3 with Emo Haste when he did. That would be the match. Man, they were close. The thing about it is the Emo Haste had the Adamant Shield passive up, right? But because he used the Emo Haste on this LQC and it wasn't gonna kill, right? He lost that Adamant Shield passive, which is one of the ways that his Emo Haste could have survived and taken less damage. Although the dunk would have still done the same damage, so it honestly wouldn't have done that much. But that's gonna be a wrap. LQC. Nice strong unit. I feel like the LQC might have been the better ban over the Kise. So once that LQC got the turn, it was over, right? So with that, abandoned by Muffin, we'll be moving on to the finals. And we are going to go back to the winners finals as well. Yeah, it was going to end a lot quicker. The second LQC got the S3, I knew the game was over. Yeah, the LQC was the thing that killed them. Because if he didn't ban the Kise, it would have been a different game. So they might get a run back. We'll see. But now we have Berseria Sucks versus the Goats. So let me message them to make sure that they are ready. So let me message them. So let me message the boys who's gonna be going next for the semis. And Jack's team should already be in here. Yeah, Jack's team's already here. Alright. Let me get them in here. TZ's already here. Isanagi's here. We're only missing hours. Alright. So we got that one on the lock. I already have all the bans on the other one on Jack's team. Jack's team's already there. So all I need is going to be the boys side. Since two of them are there, I might just pick one of them while we wait for the other one to start coming in. And Jack will go first on the left. Who's going to go first on the right? I want to see Hours is first. Okay. So Hours will be first, but we're waiting on Hours. Let me ask him if he knows where he is. So Hours is messaging me right now. Let's see. Hopefully he's available right now. If not, we can try to stall for him a little bit. But we'll still start the match. Because this is it. This is the only match we've got. Losers bracket. Winners get to take a short break. So while we wait for Hours to get back to me and to start logging in, we are very close to the end. A lot of really good matches have happened. We've gone through all this bracket. We are now really close to the losers final. We'll have this match, then 15% is a lie. We'll try to go again and see if they can get to winner's side, and then we'll have the true final, seeing if anyone can take down the winning team right now. There have been several people that have been very close, but to beat them, you have to bring your A game, right? So if they don't bring their A game, it's gonna be a tough match. So let's see if he's coming. If not, if he's not here within the next 3 minutes, I will have to put someone else in their team while they wait for him. Because we have to keep moving. We got to keep this ball rolling. You guys have one more game, Tav. Yes, you have the finals. The true finals. Lord Nar, but it's pretty good stuff. It's pretty spicy. So I'll give Hours a couple minutes. I'll take a short water break while we wait. Gotta make sure I hydrate. It's been a long 2 days, not gonna lie. A lot of good stuff though. And I saw Jack, thank you. So ours is still a no-show. Okay, should be here soon. Okay, I'll give him a little bit more, give him the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, we'll get into it. But kind of a synopsis of everything we've been seeing today for the tournament. Krall seems to be the most popular first pick, as well as Fallen Cecilia. There we have, there's ours. But honestly, with Carrot banned, Stene also has become so much of a stronger unit because there's that pressure off. And with 4 bans, every time Bazaar is banned, matches get really long. And God King, you're about to see some cleaves right now, right? The right side team is almost always cleave. So I know who's, Jack mentioned he was going first, I believe. Okay. And I imagine they're keeping the ban the same on the right, or not. Well, I'll see when they do actually do it. So let's get right into it. This is it. This is technically not losers finals. This is still loser semis. So let's see loser semis. Let's see what we can get. And we should hopefully see some cleaving today for this right team. They have actually done a lot of cleaving and they've been very successful at it. Almost making it to losers finals and coming back with some great victories. We see the Acid ban and the Fallen Cecilia. So on left side, their permanent ban is going to be Flan. On the right side, it is going to be Fallen Cecilia. So that is going to be the bans on either of the sides. And we see Jack is going for the juggler. He's like, I don't want to get cleaved today. Man, he does not want to get cleaved. He picks the RB, bans the Flan, bans the Carrot. That's going to be a tough cookie to crack. So ours might be forced to Bruiser. We're used to seeing him do a lot of cleaving, but we might have to see him Bruisering this time. Man, but we do see the General Purge Stene, so potentially a reverse cleaving. And we see the last Rider Crawl, so I wonder if he's going to go for an aggro team. Fallen Cecilia being banned should make the pace of this game a lot faster though. And General Purge as well. And we see the Landy, very aggro team on the left. This looks like a Bruiser type of cleave. We see the Bazaar pick really strong right now into the Landy as well as to the last Rider Crawl, taking the turn away. Not sure if the Tikra set is the best option here though. Because Tikra set, what purpose does he serve? I don't know about this one. Right now the left side looks a lot stronger. Left side looks really strong. He's got 3 big AoE damage dealers. He's got amazing support. And he's got the best tank in the game. And then we have here like a pseudo Bruiser cleave. Both teams have very good aggro and very good defenses. But on right side, I imagine you ban either the maid or the RB. And on left side, you have to either ban, you probably have to ban the Tomokam or the Bazaar. So it's going to be a call out. It depends on what, they probably have to think what the opponent is going to ban. If I was in each of their shoes, it depends on what they ban. Bans the top model of Luca, really good option since you do also have the maid Chloe, and bans the maid Chloe since she can cleanse the Bazaar's S3 and make it a lot harder. So it's going to be hard, but he does have General Purge's S3. He can double tap this Arbiter Vildred, right? So he does have the opportunity to do that. This RB is fast. Outspeeds the whole team. But he does get a little bit of a left tap there. Tikra set going this early is a little weird though. Going for the S3, but who do you S3 in this situation? Do you S3 your Stene? You do have a ton. Oh, he's gonna go soul burn the RB to death. Because he has all the Bazaar soul, so he's not gonna be soul burning the Bazaar. Going straight for the juggler here. And here we should be seeing this Arbiter Vildred probably not die. Right? I don't think Stene's S3 is going to kill here, but it should hopefully stun. Oh, it just kills. Wow, never mind. I take it back. It does kill. That Landy has a lot of work to do. Ours going in with the Bazaar to push back. Very tanky Bazaar. Does not hit the Crow as expected. Crows usually do have pretty good FRS, so that's nothing that's shocking. Does hit the Landy. That is crushing. Oh, man. That stun actually could win them the game. Can't set up a defense buff. The Stene is just going to rip through him. Wow. The pseudo cleave with the Tikra set. Very spicy. The Landy being stunned is crushing. Because he got the glancing hit on the General Purgus, but the Landy not getting to go means that this Stene is going to be chilling. Straight chillin'. Man, yeah. Once this landy goes down, it's game over. Wow, nice and quick. RB opener. That was weird. It was a little weird. If the RB had gotten a greater basket, he might have actually been able to do something. But no gap means no win, right? That's usually how speed RB actually does. But it's only a matter of time at this point. That hit on the landy was huge. Not getting gapped and getting the landy stun was really big on Ours' side. But Ours' luck finally turning around. So pretty spicy. That's Ours' first win, I think, of the tournament. Ours has been getting clapped all tournament, so it's good to see him win. It's good to see him win. I think this might be his second win, actually, of the tournament. But at this point, he's probably just letting his team think on what they want to do next. So at this point, they're probably strategizing, trying to decide who goes next, what's all that good stuff. But Ours really spicy. Finally showing up for his team as a good opener. Holy sack crawl. That's why the RB didn't live. Man, if this was Aureus, that RB would have lived. This is why you put Aureus on your crowd. If this was Aureus, that Arbiter Vildred would have survived this 10 at S3 and potentially luck sacked, right? But I mean, you shouldn't rely on luck sacks, but you want to give yourself as many opportunities as possible. What stage? Honestly, just do hunts. Hunts level you up pretty fast. Oh yeah, who didn't join me today? Yeah, they're teams. So there's the teams here. That's what it is. They're in teams. They usually talk in chat as well. These are team names. Each team has 3 people in them that they can discuss and talk while they match and stuff like that, and they get a team ban. The team ban is chosen by the team, so it's as much as you can get team play in Epic 7 for PvP until they release an actual team fight. But Ours is gonna be winning, so I want to see who is Ours' team sending next. I imagine they're sending Izanagi. Ours, don't go too far because you will be playing. Oh, TC is going first this time. Alright, so TC will go first, and Jack Alter, they get the option to decide who they want to send in. If they want to say Sian the Fried Chicken or someone else. But Ours, don't go too far away because you will have to be playing quite soon if you win. If you lose though, then you'll be fine. So we'll see if they're able to bring it back. If Krasin and B3 Carp are able to bring it back. And they do get to pick if they want first pick or not. I imagine it'll be Krasin, since that's usually what they've been doing. So I'll put him there unless they tell me otherwise. And I'll ask, does he want first pick or second? Or first or second? Okay. So they want first pick. Since they lost the match, they will get first pick. And I imagine that they want a Krasin in there. So let's get it. Let's get it. TC versus Krasin. Nice. I didn't read it. My bad. I didn't see the chat. All right, let's see it. They did say Krasin. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad I got the right one. And we do see the Flan that's permaban on the left side, and the Fallen Cecilia that's permaban on the right, and we see the Landy ban, and we see May Chloe. Good option, if you don't have it. And yes, endgame is very harsh. I'm sorry I'm not reading chat as much because I'm trying to do a lot of stuff at the same time. So if I'm not as active with the chat as I normally am, is because I'm checking Discord, I'm checking the matches, I'm checking the YouTube chat. It can be overwhelming sometimes. But all right, let's get it. Let's see what we got on this one. First pick Crawl, which is a very solid first pick, and we see the Stena pick as well. The only thing right now is RB is still open, so there are ways to reach. Falcon and Chloe, really good option here with the Stena, since if there's a Seaside pick, you can actually deny it with the Falcon and Chloe or make it more threatening. So we have the Bazaar, which is really solid option, and the Arbiter Vildred, of course. Really good opening. Potentially gets you turn 1, right? So you have a turn 1 contester, you have a buff denier, and you have the Arbiter Vildred to pressure the Spectre Tenebria pick. Which is, honestly, Arbiter Vildred is one of her best checks, aside from Carrot. We see the Ammo Haste for the anti-Arbiter Vildred. This Ammo Haste, I'm still curious what artifact it has. And we see the Rylet. TC keeping very similar to the team he had before. Goes for LQC to punish the Ammo Haste pick. He does still have a slot for a support, or he can go full damage and try to guarantee the turn 1. So we'll see what he picks here with his last choice. And we do see the DN. So honestly, I think on right side, you either ban the you probably ban the LQC or the RB. With picking that Dark Unit, I feel like it's the LQC. Yeah, I think he's gonna ban the LQC. Most likely on right side. And on left side, I imagine you ban the Falconeer Clary to deny him turn 1. That's what I would do at least, right? Deny him turn 1 with deny turn 1 competition with Falconeer Clary, and on right side ban the LQC. Bans the Stena instead. I'm not a fan of that ban. He had several ways to reach. So I'm a little surprised not the Falconeer Clary ban. That one feels a little strange to me. But he does get the outspeed still. So see, he would have gotten the, I guess he would have gotten the outspeed. He does hit the Rylet. Oh, that is tremendous. The Rylet has been hit. That means this Arbiter Vildred will be hitting this Rylet. He does have the T-Cross set though, and no Gab. So that is going to be a little bit more dangerous. Not a lot of damage without the Gab though. And these buffs are going to come off. He does still have the Crawl though, to be able to deal with the Rylet later on. But he has no way to deal with this Emo Haste now. How's my voice not tired? I'm used to commentating a lot. But that Ryland is going to get all the buffs cleansed, and he will be back to initial. Sorry, I'm watching the fight, but I was typing someone. So we do see the Emo Haze coming back. The F Clary and the Emo Haze don't get anything. No Gabs. I'm wondering if it's even on Gab. Either he's getting really unlucky, or something's up, or it's Moonlight Dreamblade, right? Because RV should not be missing this often. Like no gabbing, that's tough. This looks like it's looking in TC's favor right now. Pushes back the Emo Haste, so there's no S3 healing. But how the heck do you crack this team? Once your RB dies, you have no damage. Dien was a really weird pick here. I guess he picked the Dien for the LQC, but the LQC was like a forced ban with all the units there were. And then the Stena ban is so weird. If anything, I felt like the T-Crosset or the F-Clary was the better ban. He was confident in his Bazaar speed, but the T-Crosset, it's like, that's the one that's actually putting all the work, all the damage mitigation on the Rylet. Right now, he would have had a perfect game, right? Stena would be dead, his whole team would have unable to be buffed, and he would just be able to just win off of that. So, a little tough. I don't know if Croc can single target. The Falconeer Clary is going to run circles around him. It is Moonlight Dreamblade, so that's why he wasn't getting Gab. Okay, it's not a Gab RB. Oof, that's tough. Just remember, y'all, Gab is in the shop right now. So if you do want to get Gab for your Arbiter Vildred, who is now a free-to-play unit, make sure you get it from the shop. But at this point, I don't think Krayson has a comeback. It is highly unlikely. Let's put it that way. It is highly unlikely. The second TC gets enough souls, and his Rylet gets S3 back up, he can soul burn the Falconeer Clary and then S3 with the Rylet. And then it's game over. Yeah, Stena ban was probably the worst ban in my opinion. But it is what it is. Pressures get to you. You know, when you're in those high stakes situation, pressure can get to you. Right? You're playing for like $200 for your team. But man. Hey, that's good, man. That's God King. That's good that you got enough baskets for 27. It's a solid one. Yeah, Flurry's giving a lot of sustain and doing S3s. Emo Haste and T-Crosset are doing damage. Honestly, T-Crosset would not have been a bad ban either. Dien was a weird pick too. That was it felt forced, right? Because you only had LQC that paired well with Dien, right? The Bazaar does not go well with Dien. You want more aggro. I think if you had picked another DPS, and banned the Falconeer Clary and then went full cleave, right? Like a pseudo full cleave, that would have been a beauty. And this time the Rylet is not gonna be getting hit. Yeah, I don't think it has the damage to even if he kills the Rylet, the Falconeer Clary is just gonna end up killing. And when are you ever gonna get your crawl to be low enough for this? Like, he's gonna work on Bazaar here, right? You start working on Bazaar. Yep. You get S2 up, but Crawl at the end is a good combo, but not with Arbiter Villager. If it was a Degen RB, then maybe. But it wasn't Degen. It was just a Moonlight Dreamblade speed RB. Yeah. Any other band would have been Dien is good. Like, don't get me wrong, Dien's a really good unit, but the team that he had was very aggressive. That was a very early fucking Clary S3, but oh man, if this hits the F Clary. Oh, I went on the Crow. Wow, wait, this could be good. Do you even kill the Rylet to a T-Cross set though? I don't think you do. But I could be wrong. Falconeer Clary, man. Such a good unit. She's just cycling at this point. Has to go for the S3, even though it's probably not going to kill with the T-Cross set there. If this doesn't kill it, it's definitely game over. Yep. Yep, yep. And then he'll just get to heal. MLH should have S3 up pretty soon too. He got close to killing it. Really close, actually. The end's dead though, so no more sustain on his side. He had to kill the Rylet right there. But now that he didn't get to kill it, it's GG. It's alright. So the GOATs get to move on to losers finals. So we are officially at losers finals. Let me add hours again. Alright, so ours will be coming back, and we also will have Aster and the rest of his team also coming back here. Let me see, what was the rest of the team? That was a good game though. They edged y'all out pretty good. No Gab, yeah. Not having Gab is rough. Having Moonlight Dreamblade is tough to have Moonlight Dreamblade. And then let me get the rest. This is spicy. Hadrian. Okay. Alright, we are moving into the losers finals. Getting close to the grand finale. The GOATs are moving on to losers finals. And we have the GOATs versus 15% is a lie. The thing about it that you have to realize is losers have a long road ahead of them. Because the losers will have to fight this team, but they have to beat this team twice in order for them to win the tournament, since they are coming, they have not lost once. They each lost once, so you have to beat this team twice in order to be able to move forward, right? So it's gonna be rough. It's a long road for these loser bracket people. So let's see what they're going to be doing. And this one for losers bracket, they are Faudos here, Rayatas is here, Izanagi and TC. We're just waiting on hours. Man, where did hours go? He legit is a cleave and leave type of player. He cleaves and then he leaves. What a guy. What a guy. Let's see it. We have everyone on the other team. I will give Hours 1 minute. If not, I am forcing his team to go now, and I'll give him time. That'll give him some time to come back in. But if he was gonna go first, he won't get to go first. So I'll give him 1 minute or until 3:40 maximum, and then we'll do it. Double Elam is fun. By the way, this is this is a run back, right? They were actually, so a little bit story before we set up the match and we'll wait for hours. A little bit of story time. The goats versus 15% is a lie. 15% is a lie. Put the goats in loser's bracket, right? So they get the salty run back, right? So will they be able to overcome the person they fought, or will they be able to take it in, right? So yeah, that's pretty funny, Gawking. That's pretty good. But yeah, so it's a salty run back. So will they be able to push them down again and keep them from trying to get the prize, or will they be able to, the goats be able to overcome? Will ours be cleaving and leaving? So it is officially almost 340. So I will have to start the match without ours and wait for him to get there, and his team will have to go before. So I'm gonna let Ratatas and TC my friend, unless TC my friend doesn't want to go first, or Ratatas doesn't want to go first. He can let me know. Okay, so TC my friend will go first, and he will go first. And Hadrian wants to go first. He doesn't want to go there. Fowler wants to go up first. Man, this is actually a run back. And the thing about it is, last time these two fought, Fowler just denied so much from TC. So Hadrian wants to go first this time. He wants to face TC again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Press OK. Let's get it. Let's get started. The salty run back. Will TC get first pick this time? Or will the RNG gods not smile upon him and he'll get pre-banned before? He does get the first pick, so he will be able to take the Steno away. Last time he did not get first pick, and he was not able to get it. So if we see Fallen Cecilia staying the ban, and Stena is banned. Oh man. Arbiter Vildred is their team ban though. I imagine. It's Arbiter Vildred. Right? Confirm with me if it's Arbiter Vildred for later. I know Fallen Cecilia is on the right. So Aster, let me ask him to make sure. But it should be the Arbiter Vildred. That's what they did last time. We do see the Valkyrie Chloe first pick, and we see Cerise on the other side. Man, 2 big DPSs. But yeah, Arbiter Vildred is their team ban. Wow, is he going for a cleave? And really early top mono Luluka though. That's a really early top mono Luluka. Granted, it is a cleave, but this can get punished really hard by speed contesters. Like right now, TC could pick an Acid or something like that and super hard punish this top mono Luluka. They have fought each other again before. So that'll be interesting. We do see the Crow, which again, very solid. Gives you survivability, gives you a lot of good stuff. And we see the Rylet. His Rylet has come in clutch today. He has not lost a game where his Rylet was chosen, and his Rylet dodged a lot today. So hopefully that Rylet luck continues for TC, and he's able to dodge the Cerise. So hopefully it continues. But we're still seeing on the left side, really squishy team core. Really hard to switch into a cleave from this point, right? Or into a Bruiser team, my bad, not a cleave. Really hard to put a Bruiser team here. You can do it because she does have self-stealth, but a Bazaar just completely messes you up. And he is actually going to try to switch to a Bruiser team. But that's a very squishy team core, right? Because you can't pick Double Knight. If you pick Double Knight, he just bans your top model Luluka and then just DPSs you out, right? So you have to pick a DPS. And Landy's banned, Arby's banned, Stanley's banned, Bazaar. So you, oh, man, I don't know about this one. Diane Bazaar again. I don't like this duo. I don't think they go well together. Unless you're going like a full aggro team. Alright, TC needs one more DPS to round out his draft. Preferably someone that can crack through all of these debuffs. Yeah, left side draft is weird. Diane Bazaar is so weird to me. It just doesn't feel right. I really thought he was just going to commit to the cleave, but that does not seem to be the case. And we do see the LQC. Even though there is only one Dark Hero, Tamaru Luka, who can hide, he still has to pick one more unit. And this needs to be a DPS. If this is not a DPS, this match is over. Robbie's not... It's okay. Robbie's not a bad option here. But it can get one shot by Riot or LQC. But if that's, and then crawl as well, that is not a good option. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, who do you ban? Do you ban the Crow? But then you die to a Rylet. On this side, I think you ban the top model Luca or the Bazaar. Actually, or do you ban the Maid? No, you have to ban a DPS. Man, this is going to be tough. Not going to lie, this looks really a lot in the favor of the right. Yeah, I agree. The second pick really broke the options. He does go for the Crawl. He wants his Robbie to Luxac, but that means that Rylet, Falcon, and Clary are on the board together. Alright, let's see if this Rylet dodges. Decides to go for S2. There's no way, right? Oh, doesn't get the... Gets the resist. Man. Gets the hit, but gets resisted. So I guess RNG is balanced in this world. I don't think the Bazaar was the right call there. I thought you would go for the Ravi. If anything, he didn't want a S3. So if anything, you gave him a favor. So if you don't kill Bazaar here, that could be dangerous. Has to kill the Bazaar now. But when you kill Bazaar, it does create... But now what that means is that Cerise gets to do a lot more uncontested S1s with Ravi. This Ravi could ramp up really fast. Like, we're talking like dummy fast now. Because Cerise is going to be able to cycle, and there's a 50% chance that Ravi will get pulled in every single time. Should try to go for the OQC here. Goes for the Ravi, man. They're going for some plays that I would not have expected. But it is what it is. You should do S1 to get the immunity back up. Yep. And then at the end, there's no need for her to do an S2 here. There's no need for her to do an S2 here. Has to kill the Falcon Clary though too. I realize why he's going on her right now. Oh, does not pull the Ravi. That's tough. Oh, he has Guiding Light. That's why he wanted the barrier. Although there's no AoE, right? So there's a reason you can't reach her. Glancing it's huge. See, now an S2 would have been nice. See? But he doesn't get that S2 anymore. Man. And you have to kill the Falcon Clary because your Ravi just gets popped if you don't do it that way. Oh, that is risky. Okay, he soul burned to hit the May Chloe, okay. But the thing about it is, like, does it matter though? That you hit the May Chloe at this point? Hope you didn't pull the Ravi. Oof. This is tough. Does he end up killing the DN? Or the Cerise? Yep, Cerise is dead. They also have enough for S3 either, since he never pulled the Ravi. Does Cerise have S3 back up? She does. Oh, she'll actually get to survive. Cerise will actually get to survive if she outspeeds. Yep. Nice. She actually gets to survive. His ideal scenario is that this Rylet jumps onto the Cerise. And it does! Oh, the RNG is crazy right now. Man, he actually might be able to RNG his job here. He actually might be able to do his job. But the thing about it is, there's no way this Ravi survives. 15 stack LQC? Wait, why not just kill the Ravi with an S3? Waiting for the main? Huh. Interesting. S2 is a good skill here to do. If he has 3s here, he cleanses, but he can just ignore the F Chloe and kill her with the S3. So does the S3, Falcon Clear comes back, but she doesn't have S3 and she should just die to the Ravi S3. Yeah, doesn't have S3. He can just go on LQC or on Maid Chloe, whichever one he prefers. Honestly, LQC is probably his biggest threat, and Rylet as well, but can't do much about either of those. Wow, this Cerise has pulled the end every single time. That's tough. That's gonna make the game really hard. Does not hit the Rylet. Does hit the fucking Eclair, and this should kill the fucking Eclair as well. He can Soulburn S3 here as well. But there's anti-crit on everyone. So it's like, do you just hold off another turn? See, I feel like earlier would have been better. Because now if you don't crit, you don't do damage. He does crit though, so. The end's dead. But now that means that Cerise will be pulling Ravi every single attack. There is a guarantee. Also, not soul burning there is a little weird. But I guess he's waiting for her later on. Ravi has to do a lot to do anything here though. Like she has a long route. That's a good stun though. That is a huge stun. And he's trying to go for a stun as well with his Maid Chloe. Does not get the stun with Maid Chloe. Goes for S3 since he just wants AoE damage right now. But that Rylet is going to be doing his S3 soon. Stuns the Maid. Does not push back the LQC. This is getting close. You have to S3. Alright. Does Rylet go on Cerise again? That is the real question. It does not. Does it crit? It does crit. Anti-crit's alive. Anti-crit's alive. That's GG. That's a wrap. Man. He did a decent job. He didn't get the luck he needed though. The Cerise never pulling the Ravi hurts him a lot. So, but he did have the better draft as well. And the no anti-crit hurts. So, not bad. GG. So that was a good one. So now, who will go on the 15%? I imagine Harden will want to go. Harden doesn't want to go? Alright, we'll put Rattatas next. And I imagine Hours will want to go. That's my guess. And Hours, if you win, make sure you stay. Alright, and do you want first pick or second pick? But the Rylet did his job. Okay, so he does want first pick against Hours. But Rylet, there was a lot of RNG that fight. Like a little bit too much RNG for my taste. Because the Cerise, going on the Cerise S3 early, the Rylet going on the Cerise was really good for left side. But then at the end, when it really mattered, when he really needed it to do it, it didn't do it. So RB, as mentioned, is their ban. And on the right, it is going to be Fallen Cecilia. And Maid is banned this time. So let's see here. Do you try to take away the RB's ban, right? So there's no threat from RB from the cleave. Do you decide to bulk up, or you take the Cerise and force him to not cleave? Man. But last game was a big match one. We see the Sten early. Really good option because Sten allows you to go into cleave. So we're going to see Hours do a very similar thing that he did last time. I wonder if he'll pick the Basar as well. So I think this is just to deny the pick away from Hours, but I don't think that's going to be enough. He needs something else. Because Hours most likely goes Bruiser here. So let's see what we get from the other ones. Okay, so he picks the Crow. And the Landy. Ooh, not a bad option into the Stene. But this team, Basar makes so much sense. This team is so susceptible to a Basar. Cerise loses to Bazaar because you can just strip her back. Crow, you don't get defense buff. Landy, you reveal. We're seeing the exact same draft on ours this side. Man. I don't know how Aster gets past this one. I don't think he does. Ours, if you do end up winning this one, make sure you stay because we're going to winners finals after this. LQC to punish the T-Cross set. Okay, that's a good pick. I can respect that one. And ideally one more support. See, Diane would be good here. Diane is actually a good pick here, and then ban Bazaar. Let's see. He's really thinking about his last pick. Four seconds left. What will he pick? Diane. Okay, so he doesn't go for the Diane. That one makes the most sense, right? Diane actually makes sense, but that does mean that you are banning the Bazaar. LQC with the attack buff is broken. Landy with the attack buff is broken. You have the defense buff from Craw, and you have the Cerise to lap and cycle. Diane Bazaar, on the other hand, that's a little weird, right? I honestly would still ban Bazaar, and he most likely bans the Landy. Yeah, that's my guess at least. You lose turn 1, but maybe not, because you have Cerise too. You have Cerise to contest this. So I honestly think Bazaar ban makes the most sense. Yeah. Man, these T-Crescent might just get popped. I do wonder, Cerise S2 can just stop this this Tomoka completely though. Yeah, don't you just S2 the Tomoka? And then let yourself cycle? Right? Or am I being stupid? Does the T-Cross set push up higher? No, right? Oh! GG. It's over. Oh, not like this. It's actually just over now. That's a really bulky LQC, but you cannot survive the Stene. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I don't even think you need to do the S3, honestly. Wow, wow, wow. You do not survive an attack buff Cerise. The LQC's gone and the Cerise is probably gone as well. Oh, it's just the LQC. That's over. That's match. That's actually just match. Yeah, that's over. Wow. Cerise not hitting there just lost in the game. If Cerise hit, I actually think Aster won. So, we do have the run back and they were able to come on top. So, the GOATs were able to beat the people that beat them. Wow. That's crazy. Cerise missing S2, man. It feels bad when that happens. Tough. Tough times. 15% will be 15%. I really do think that Aster wins if Tomoka gets stunned. Because without the Tomoka, LQC survives. You set up the end before the General Purgus. You basically one-shot either the Tomoka or the Tikwa set. Probably the Tomoka, right? You one-shot the Tomoka. And then you kill with Crawl anything. That was the game. That was actually the game. 15% is alive. What an irony. But alright, we are officially at the finals. Winners finals. So how will this play out, right? This is the official finals for this tournament. They're playing for 200 bucks. Right? So Tav, get your team in here. We need your team. So how will this work? Skill issue. So Joni's here, Tav is here, they're missing one. And ours! Ours! Why does ours keep dipping? Ours is up! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see it. Let's see the grand finale. What we've been building on this whole time. So we have both teams except ours. They will message me who's going first on their team. So message me who's going first on each team for both teams. And bans. And we'll do this one all the way properly too. I'm not going to reveal anything until it actually happens. So how will this work, right? Because the goats are coming from loser side. What's going to end up happening is that they have to win the bracket twice. They're going to play best of 3. If the goats win it, the best of 3, the bracket resets and they go one more time, right? So the goats have to win twice to win the tournament, which is a lot. That's a lot to ask, right? But on the other hand, Abandon My Muffin, if they win once, the best of 3, they just win. They're done. It's over, right? So that is gonna be what it is, right? So that's what it's gonna be. I know the first pick on the Abandon team as well as the other one. So let's see it. So we got everyone in here. All I'm missing for is for the other one to tell me where it's gonna be happening. They have not told me who goes first. I will assume and pick for them if they don't tell me within the next minutes. So hopefully they tell me. If not, I'm gonna assume that they're doing what they usually do, because that's what I imagine they would do. So I imagine what they're gonna do. I already know what Taft's team is doing. So what I'm gonna do, unless y'all are against it, I'm putting ours in first. And okay, so he's first. He already told me for sure. Okay, and the other side, it is going to be Johnny. Or was it? Wait, let me double check. Yeah, it's Johnny. All right, and I know the bands, and we're doing this random. So let's get it. This is the grand finals. The best teams, the best players, duking it out at the grand finale. So it is time. It's time to do it. Let's change the background for this. Let's change to something more epic. What's a really cool background for this? This RTA season's triggered me because I play them way too much. And there's so many cool backgrounds, but they're so laggy. That's the only problem. We'll do this one, Terranor Hall. Yeah, let's do this one. Alright, let's get it. Ours versus Johnny, round 1. Unranked versus Legend. Who wins? Oh, it's Silver. Never mind, it's not unranked. Let's see if they can bring it in. So, for this time, left side's ban is going to be Cerise. Right side team ban is Fallen Cecilia. Oh, that's unranked. It looks like Silver, though. I didn't know that was unranked Silver. That's how you know I don't stay in Silver for too long. We do see the RB first pick coming on ours side. And we know that Fallen Cecilia is banned. Can they stop ours cleave? Because it looks like they, for the most part, let it pretty unchecked. And he's not trying to steal either. He's going very standard picks right now. Besides the Cerise and the Flan, I mean, there's still Bazaar and there's still all these other units. Roel bulking up a lot here. We do see the Challenger dummy and we see the Oxlots. We're seeing traditional cleave. You love to see it. Oh man, can you stop the traditional cleave? There's no Polides, there's no Carrot, there's no Fallen Cecilia, but he also doesn't have Cerise and Flan. So man, just very traditional cleave too. How will Joni stop this? He does still have access to Ace Sid. Traditional cleave does lose to Ace Sid. Traditional cleave also does lose to Sage Ball. Right? There's a lot of different units that do lose, that this team does lose to. So he does have options on left side. General Perk is being a really good option as well. Forcing them to think twice about AoEing. Picks LQC. LQC. LQC SSB. There's not that he does have the LQC is not that bad because it is an Adamant Shield passive. You have to remember she does have an Adamant Shield passive. And the Crow also does have the Aureus. So there's Aureus, Adamant Shield. There's a traditional Ruel that's very bulky and hard to get by. There's CZ Bellona who can counter and potentially kill units. And we still have the final pick. And we see Faithless Litica. I have not seen a Faithless Litica in ages. It has been years since I last saw a Faithless Litica. So it is very weird for me to see that again. Oh, man. And the F Maya. Man, do you just ban the Crow? And take away the Aureus? And on left side, do you ban the Arby? And take away the double revive hits? I feel like I would take away the Aureus. And then just kill the rest. Bans the Sedum and bans the Ruel. Both really weird. Nothing that I expected. Then again, I am not the cleaver. So there is that. But man, I am curious how this is gonna play out. Yeah, I would have banned one of the DPSs. Not Sedum. I see Sedum. Sedum could, if you ban RB, Sedum could one-shot the LQC, and Sedum could one-shot the something else with Oxlots, right? So I understand the Sedum ban. That one makes sense to me now. But man, he's gonna be taking a ton of damage, and he will get a double S3 on Landy. That is a bulky team, though. There is a lot of bulk that he has to get past here. Woo! Where did that bulk go? Oh, man. Classic cleave and leave. Oh, my goodness. S3 to make sure you can't S3 the rest of the team. Oh, my goodness. That was a cleave and leave. Nice and simple. Holy guacamole. Wow. He couldn't stop the cleave. He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. But he wasn't able to kill the cleave. Wow. Cleave and leave. No, it's not a best of 3 and a best of 3. That would take ages. We would be here till like 6. And as much as I enjoy being here with you guys and streaming, I've streamed for over 7 hours between the past 2 days. I want to stream for 10. That's hard. So, the first match goes to ours. So, now, ours team tell me who's going first, and then Taft's team will get to respond. Right? So, ours team tell me first who is going, and then I will switch it in. Right? So, let me know. But oh, it is unranked. It looked like silver. But yes, TC's team, tell me who is going first on your team. Is it Izanagi? Is it someone else? Who is going on your team? Let me ask them as well. And they do have to go. They do have to pick before Taft's team picks for this one. I will assume since Izanagi's not in the room, it will be TC that's going next. It's my guess. And I'll wait for a second. Tab, you can tell me who you think you're going to be sending in next. Alright, so it is TC. So it is TC. And Lord Normal will be going in against TC, my friend. And Lord Normal, do you want first or second? Oh, wait. You can't at this point, you can't chain TC. Because you already said it and they already picked theirs in response. Unless the other team is okay with it. But Lord Normal does get to pick who he wants. Yeah. So, unless you want to switch, then they get to switch as well. So, but let's see if he wants first or second. Let's see what he decides. It's going to be this matchup regardless, because it's what Tav mentioned to me. If nothing, I'll just click and put it random. First pick. Okay, so he does want first pick. All right, let's get it. Let's see it. Can they reset the bracket? Can the GOATs reset this bracket? TC has had a really good run today. He has not lost a single game today, as of right now. So far, doing really good, right? So will he be able to keep it up? And now, let's get it. Lower normal versus TC, my friend. Will TC be able to reset this bracket completely? Or will he be able to do something else? Man, this is going to be interesting. And the band on the left is Cerise. Band on the right is Fallen Cecilia. Which is always nice to see because matches go a lot faster when Fallen Cecilia is banned. So we do see the Rylet ban. Lord Normal does not want to deal with that today. He's like, I've seen enough of your Rylet today. You're not getting that Rylet. And he does take the pick away from TC. Arbiter Vildred, Stene, and are still on the board, as well as Seaside, which is usually not going to be on the board. He does first pick Stene. Very early Stene pick. And we see an instant RB pick to try to punish the Stene pick. Does he pick the Craw here, or does he go for another bulk unit, or does he potentially cleave? That is also always a choice that the players have. Picks Bazaar! Really interesting here. Is TC gonna try to go for some form of cleave? I've never seen him do it. Has not done it the past 2 days, so I am curious to see if how it's gonna function. Usually going for the Falconeer Clory, so the Bazaar, not a terrible pick, but if Lord Normal decides to speed contest him, it could be dangerous. Man, the players are taking a good time to think about it. They're probably discussing, bro, what are you going to pick, bro? You going to pick this? Alright. Picks the Maid Chloe. Really solid option here. Maid Chloe giving the Stene attack buff as well as making it harder for her to kill. But, I mean, TC does have the ammo haste to try to stop the Maid Chloe, but... Yep, we see the traditional team core right here. Very good traditional team core nowadays. Craw, Maid, Stene. Attack buffer, DPS, tank, right? Support, tank, DPS. Very standard, very good. We see a lot of supports coming on TC's side with the Bazaar as well as the Emil Haste and the Falconeer Clory. But he needs one more damage stealer that needs to be able to reach the Seaside Bellona. And Lord Normal still has 2 really big picks. I don't know what he does against this team core though. Because if the RB is banned, there's no threat to Stene right now. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard match to try to come back from. And we'll have to see how good this RB is too, because even if you kill the Stene, the May can just bring her back. Ravi. Ooh. Nice and bulky and good against Bazaar and F. Clory. Especially against this team that only has 1 DPS. Man, he's bulking up with buffs. I think he bans Bazaar now. Like, looking through this, I think the Bazaar is the one that's going to get the ban. Because if you don't ban the Bazaar, well... then it depends what TC would have been. Top model Luluka. So he is going for a pseudo type of cleave. I do not know why I would ban on TC side. There's a lot of threats. You don't want to be in a situation where there's a lot of threats and you lose if they ban the right thing. On right side, Bazaar makes the most sense to me. Although he might decide to go for a DPS and lock it out. And TC might go for the Craw if he thinks the RB is going to stay open and then kill the Stene that way. But Lord Normal could call the bluff and ban the RB. And then the Stene is uncontested. Why do they always ban the weirdest stuff? But I guess the Stene makes sense because you can't reach. Right? So let's see it. Tamaro Luca goes first. A little weird that the Tamaro Luca goes before the Bazaar, but not terrible. Can you one-shot this Ravi? With the RB, there's that Craw there though, which is gonna make it kind of hard. There's no way you one-shot this Robbie through a crawl, right? No counter. Very risky. I think you don't S3 here. I really don't think you S3 here. Don't touch the Robbie. No! That's a huge mistake. You're giving... Oh, man. The Robbie can counter in full heal now. And then he loses his advantage. And he just gets to cleanse the unable to be buffed with Maid Chloe. Doesn't counter. Gets lucky. But that was really scary. I don't think this kills the crawl, though. The S3. I don't think he needed this. I don't know. That was scary. Crawl is gonna surf. Wow, someone's dying. Someone's gonna get horsed. What do you horse though? What DPS do you take away? Man, I still think Basaring there was a mistake, personally, but hey, I'm not the one that's playing, so it seems to work out for him. Had it not hit the Ravi or if the Ravi counter, that was a really risky play. I don't think you can kill anything with horse here, though. I think you just set up S2 and hope that your Ravi survives the Tomoka S1. There's no way you kill anything with horse. Right? He still goes for it. Can't hit the Tomoka. Tries to kill the Ari. Will this kill? No, it doesn't kill. But it cracks it. So it cracks the barrier. And he gets the crit. Oh, that is tremendous. That is tremendous. That is tremendous. I think this is actually a bracket reset now. Has to get past a lot though, but this Arby's gonna be there for a while. Gets a gap, nice. The gap gaming is helping, is working for him today. Man, if you had the Basar S3, like from earlier, had he saved that Basar S3, he'd be able to Basar S3 right here and just kill everything. Would have been really nice, but it didn't pan out that way. Good damage onto this Maid Chloe. But Maid Chloe healing a lot as well. Tomoka will be revealed here as well in a second. Gets the stun. Really big stun, but it's going to be a hard game to come back from, to say the least. He gets one opportunity to try to kill this Tomoka, and he already used Crawl S3. No crit. No crit. This time anti-crit actually did its job. Does have blind on the Crawl, so it may not hit the top model Luca, but he has to go for it regardless. Does hit the Tomoka and will push back, although it resisted, but it was already at the top. I don't think he has enough damage to actually kill the Tomoka, and Tomoka will get another S3 and can kill the Maid Chloe. Yep, that Maid Chloe is gone. And with the Maid Chloe being gone, this game is not looking so hot for Lord Narmo. Ooh, barely killed, but it did kill. That's a wrap. There's no coming back from that. There's too much DPS now with the Tamano Luluka. And I don't think he has any more. And he has the Basaris 3 back up. He's in a good spot. This is GG. We officially get a bracket reset. This is exciting. Man, the GOATs versus the Abandon My Muffin. We get one more. We get one more match. One more big match. Alright, so bracket has officially been reset. So both teams, tell me privately who you are going to be pre-banning and who you will be picking. It's starting brand new. Right? It's starting brand new again. So decide who is going first and who is also going to be if you're changing your pre-ban. So tell me both and then we'll reset the bracket. And this time, it is the last time. Whoever wins this best of 3 wins it all. Everything. Winner take all. Man, I would hate to be in y'all's situation. No pressure to the players, though. But, man. All right, let me know in private who's going first for each of the teams. Okay, so I know who's going first on the GOAT side, so I need Tav's team to tell me what there is. You are allowed to change your preband. So Tav's team, if you didn't like the Cerise preband, you are allowed to change your team preband for this one since it's a reset. I know the GOAT side. Who's going first? Tav wants to go first this time. So we're going to be seeing TC, my friend, versus Tav. Oh my goodness. The grudge match. Oh my goodness. Cleave and leave. Let's get it. Oh my goodness. This game's going to be too much for me. Tav will be getting first pick as well. Alright, I'm gonna run real fast because I do not want to miss this. But I need to get some popcorn or something real quick. Alright, we are back. So let's get it. I got my popcorn ready. This is it. This is what we've been playing for. The grand finale. And the prebands remain the same. Cerise and Fallen Cecilia. We do see that RB first pick. So I wonder if Tav is going to be going more aggressive this time or if it's a Degen RB. That answer, I do know the answer to it, but I don't want to tell them. Let's see it. How will TC respond? Takes away the Spectre Tenebria, does not want to get that taken away from him. Also grabs the Bazaar. Another classic Tav unit. We see Tav grabbing the General Purgus. Tav might be going for a very aggro team here. What will he pick here? Man, this is too much, man. This is whoever wins this all. And Tav wanted to lead the charge. Alright, let's see what he picks here. Made Chloe. Man, double attack buffer. Tav is guaranteed to get an attack buff now. Has this double support as well, and is decently bulky. Made Chloe also pretty good into other ones. LQC and Emil Have. Let's see how Tav rounds out this draft. Probably needs one more DPS and a support. Gets the landing in there. Pretty good option there. Right now, TC only has one speed contester, so he might be forced to ban. If the Bazaar gets banned, he has no speed. Really solid draft from Tav's side. Two really big DPSs, two attack buffers, and one of the strongest supports in the game. And right now, TC only has one speed threat, right? So he could decide to go for something like a more cleave unit, like his Talmado Luluka, and that would really punish that Arbiter Builder, as well as giving him a turn 1 unit. Talmado Luluka not actually being a bad option in this situation. Talmado Luluka is the best choice. Oh, that is the... No. That's not it. Oh, man. Talmado Luluka right there would have actually been the game. Because then you get to guarantee turn 1 against the opponent's team. You have 2 counters to our RB, and you can ban the Crawl and just one-shot everything. And he's forced to ban your Ammo Haste. Or your Bazaar. Right? Damn. Let's see it. This makes Chloe actually think it's ungeared. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No ban on Basar either. And we see the Stennin, S3. Hits, kills the Landy. And I don't think he comes back from this one. I think DC wins this one. I don't think that Chloe has gear. Tap did mispick, but man. Yeah, I'm actually eating popcorn. Y'all thought I was kidding with this one? Yeah, there's no coming back from this one. It's just a GG. That's GG, man. There's no coming back. Tab apparently had his mate Chloe on geared, but it's already way too late in a tournament, and to be misclicking and stuff like that, that's just, it's tough. It's unfortunate, but it's not fair to their other player. Although the outcome I don't think would have even changed at this point. With LQC there and Emo Haze, man, it's tough. It is unfortunate. Emo Haze S3. Heal the whole team. Counter attack. Wow, he's getting a lot of RB counters though. But you can't kill the LQC at this point. LQC just wins from here. Man, you hate to see it. But it's always been like that for every tourney. It's if you DC within the first second, there's a redo, but because that's not something you can control. Like DCing is not something you control. But mispicking a unit or forgetting you have gear on a unit, that doesn't count. That's, you shouldn't have picked the unit in that situation then. Or if you misclick, you shouldn't be misclicking at this point. So sadly, that round will stay. So TC will get the first win, and Tap's team will have to send someone else to try to see if they can make it back. And they can still win, right? Even though TC will get the nice win from this one. So they need to beat the other two in order to win the tournament. So see what they can do. Alright, so ours is going to be next on the GOAT side. So I'm curious what's going to be on the other side, on TAF team side. On the Bandom side. So let's see what he's able to get. And yeah, it's a tragedy, but it's they don't like that is like for every game it's like that. Like even for the real one. But I mean, your teams can still win it. You shouldn't count down your team. Your team should be able to still beat Izanagi and ours. Alright, and Joni will take first pick against ours. So this is going to be a run back. So we'll see if Joni is able to take down ours this time. But it's not unfair. It's just... No, I know, but it's like if you're that late in a tournament. Here's my thing though. You're this late in a tournament. You've been playing... This is the second time you played today. And you didn't realize that you misclicked on a unit and that unit didn't have gear. If that happens, it's tough, but it's like there's nothing to do. But I don't think it would have changed a lot either, because leaving the Basar in there is tough too. I don't know how you would have killed the LQC, because the Landy was gonna die regardless. And It's tough. TC has a 100% win rate this tournament, though. But we'll see. It's still not over, though. It's still not over. Misclicks happen, mistakes happen, but at least it's still a team game, and you still have 2 other team members that can bring it in. Unless Hours completely blocks it here, but he does get first pick and takes the RB away. And does pick Oxlots and Landy. Let's see it. Now we're going to get some other units coming up. Arbiter Builder is a pretty solid option here. Just because it denies the cleave, and it's a really good anti-cleave unit as well. But he needs to start bulking up because Hours is going full cleave. He already committed to the Oxlots and he committed to the Landy. Built for Watercraw, high HP, high defense, high AF-res, and about 180 to 200 speed. Is standard for Craw. Celine. Ooh. This is looking spicier. Joni this time has a lot more counters to Hours' cleave this time. Last time, it caught him off guard. And then, talking about Luca. Does this mean he's banning the Celine? Or is he going to bait the Celine in with something else? Because right now, that Celine is going to be eating. Feasting. But let's see it. Let's see how it ends. Joni might be able to, he needs to be able to stop this cleave. That's the only way he does this. Really thinking about this one. Mercer's not a bad option. T-Cern, man, if you pick T-Cern, you better be prepared to ban that Landy. If you're picking T-Cern, you better be prepared to ban that Landy. Because if you don't ban that Landy, oh man. Oh man, I hope this is not a repeat of what happened last time. A nice and simple cleave and leave. Let's see it. Are we cleaving and leaving, or is the cleave gonna be stopped? You kind of have to ban the Celine though, because I think if you don't ban Celine, you just die, right? Unless you're hoping that they don't ban Faithless Lytica, and then you can set up Skill Nullifier. And he does ban the Landy, which is kind of a forced one. Man. Man, oh man. Oxlots can push up C-Dom. Right? I was gonna get a lot of damage in here, but he has to play this right. And if this is a Deed and RB, it could be really scary. So he will get to S2. S2's the C-Dom. You have to start working on the Ruel, most likely. Or on the Crow. That's another really good option. You can either go on the Crow or on the Ruel. Ooh, decides to poke down a little bit. It is a Degen RB. A very, very tanky Degen RB. If this does not hit, this could be really bad for Hours. We do see the hit, and it barely kills. Really good play from Hours' side, realizing that it was an RB that was tanky. Really, really good play. That was a really solid play. Wow. Can S3 here, I don't think he needed to do the Roel. I would have personally gone for the Tempest Surin, but that works as well. Because then there's no revives, there's no healing. Barely kills that Crawl, but it does kill. Wow, I did not think it was going to kill there. And this might be it. That's a cleave and leave. The Tempest Surin will die to the Talmud Luca S1. Soulburn. No matter what skill he picks here, there's not a lot he can do against the Talmud Luca. Man. Cleaved and leaved. I don't think it's a gear difference. You have to realize that the players that are on left side are all members of the #1 guild in Epic 7 for global. They're all members of Abandon. So their gear is really good. I think that this one is just experience difference. against Cleve, because as you can see, he doesn't play that much RTA since he's mostly a Guild Wars main, and ours plays a ton of RTA. But at this point, it's over. It was an easy Cleve and leave. That's crazy. Cleve and the they're the #1 team. They're #1 guild. They have really good gear. It is legit just because they're like Guild Wars mains don't play as much RTA because they don't have the same units, right? Cleve players not Cleve players. Guild Wars players usually don't have the same units built that RTA players do. But the Raw also did get reset by the Athletica, and he soulburned the Faithless Litica to get it. But nice and simple, classic Cleve. Wow. And that is it. We actually had a reverse sweep. We went all the way from them losing in round 2 to going all the way through losers bracket to winning the whole tournament. And the winner of the Squad Strikes Kings Cup is the GOATs with a commanding 2-0, 2-0 times each time. They were able to 2-0 Abandoned by Muffin, a team that 2-0'd almost every other team on its way here to victory. So very, very strong. The GOATs, it looks like their time in losers bracket really bumped them up a little bit, got their thing together, and got their work done. But that is going to be it. Winners, I will be in contact with you for payments and all that good stuff. Most likely won't be till a little bit later this week, and it should be pretty good. So really good stuff, really good matches. Thank you all the participants, everyone who made it, everyone who came in to watch the tourney, all the viewers. Thank you all so much for being. If y'all want to see more tournaments and want to participate in the next one, usually I do brackets and I do them singular. I decided to do this team one because people really like the team ones, like that members actually in it. They grew a lot closer because of this. So I wanted to do a team one, and it was fun. I hope everyone had fun. I hope it was a good experience. And yeah, I will probably be making a survey on changes you want to see in the future. But congratulations to the GOATs for winning it all. So that's amazing. Team 1 was really strong, but man, that's crazy. So the Cleavers won. But yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Consider becoming a member. All those funds do go back to the channel some way or another. Usually either in the form of prize pools or in the form of a unit testing, right? So anything that I get from the channel usually does go back to the channel. But that is all I got for you guys today. I'm gonna take a very long break because this is the second day of streaming and my voice is starting to get hoarse. But thank you all so much for coming. We will be here tomorrow streaming again, but it's not gonna be Epic 7. I'm gonna be taking a short break from Epic 7. It will most likely be a different game. So make sure to tune in for tomorrow for the game that we play. But that is all I got for you guys today, and I will see you next time. Peace!